Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Richard and I'm sitting, I'll show you here, I'm sitting at the Greenwood Airport, runway 27. We're going to take off and fly over toward Anderson here, and we're actually going to follow a radial out of Greenwood 305, get to about around 28 miles out, and then intercept the localizer here into Donaldson Field. Okay? So here we go. That's the plan, and we'll get set to take off here. Gonna set the heading bug to the current heading, 272 apparently, and the altitude bug's at 4,000. So we're set to go. Here we go. Brakes are off. Let's make sure. Yes, brakes are off, and we're adding power. Okay, there goes 60 knots, 70 knots, 80 knots, and pulling back at 90 knots and pulling it into the air. Positive rate of climb on the vertical speed. Gear is up. And let's see. Turn on the autopilot and the heading hold and the vertical speed hold. 1,300 feet a minute is probably a little weak. I'll go up to about 2,000 feet a minute. And I'm also going to pull the power back over here. You'll see the power on the right side going back to about 95%. And we're around there. Okay. So we're going to climb runway heading for a second here. And what I'm going to do next is come inside. And I want to go ahead and start a turn to intercept the 305 radial there. The 305 is what I'm looking for. I'm going to change my heading bug over here. And need to find out, oops, don't need that. I need to find out the distance we are. Okay. Now you can see, all right, we're 31 miles from the ILS. That's why I like this ILS, is because it has a DME associated with it. We're only 4 miles from Greenwood, so that 305 radial is going to come across fairly quickly, and then we'll follow the 305 radial out. Coming up to 4,000 feet, going to start pulling the power back, probably around 70%, right about there. Oh, come on, 69.9, I can do better than that. How about 70? There we go. Yeah, all right, come on, there we are. Okay, so time to turn. Okay, so while we're on the heading bug here and we're heading out, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Altitude is level, airspeed is good. Actually, I'll pull the power back to about 65. Okay. We don't need to be at, we need to be closer to 180. That looks good. Anywhere between 150 and 180, because we're going to be shooting approach pretty soon. Okay, so you can see VOR 2 is got a heading, and I think I'm going to click it over just a hair. And so now while I'm on the heading bug, I want to show you a couple of things. Here is the VFR sectional, okay, and I got a little arrow here. So we just took off here. There's a airway, Victor Airway here, that goes over at 289. So we're at 305 here. We're going to come up here close to the town of Anderson and then follow the ILS into right here, Donaldson, heading a 144 right here. That's 149, so we'll be turning fairly quickly. Okay. And so right here is the ILS approach. ADF or ADF is required because of the final approach fix is an NDB. Um, I can use an ADF, but the DME works just as well. Plus, we're going to be flying it on autopilot. So we'll leave that there. We'll come back to flight X-plane. And we're off course a little bit. I'll switch over there a little bit. And here we go. Okay, so at 4,000 feet, I'm going to remain at 4,000 feet, even though, as you see, the minimum is 2,900. I want to intercept the glide slope a little further out. So that's why I'm going over at 4,000. Okay, you can see that the heading is drifting a little bit. I want to stay over here at the 305 and let it come back a little ways. And I'll explain what, let's see, I'll explain, I guess, that the, back this up. So the CDI VOR 2 has got the Greenwood locked in, and VOR 1 has the localizer locked in as a frequency. Okay, this DME is read all around, all over the place. We're not close enough to the localizer to read it, but as we get close to about the 28 miles out from Greenwood, we'll be seeing the localizer and turning to it. The way the VOR and navigation, there's the localizer. Okay, good, that's right. That's very nice. We're 17 miles out. We got about 10 miles to go before we turn. Okay, so this isn't going to move for a while. So I'm going to wait till I get a little closer to the 28 DME off of Greenwood, and we'll be watching for the localizer and turning quickly. One of the things that with the heading bug, you can turn quicker than when you're locked onto a VOR and ILS, and you'll see that in just a minute. So as I see the localizer come across, I'm going to continue to use the heading bug, and so what you can see here is as soon as that localizer moves, I'm going to change the heading and switch to nav to catch the localizer. As soon as I hit the nav button, because I'll already be turning, as soon as I hit the nav button, it will take hold. It'll stop following my heading changes and start locking on the localizer and come in. We got quite a ways before I have to worry about the glide slope, and I'll talk about glide slope after we get on the localizer. Okay, 23 miles out from Greenwood. I want to go to about 28, so that's not going to take very long. I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down. I'm going to check my airplane, configured right. Okay, and so I'm going to start slowing down to about 150. And I'll be watching the airspeed slow down as I watch for the localizer. Okay. That localizer moves quickly, but I can move just as quick. So here we go. Watching for any movement of the localizer. I want to touch the power in a little bit to sort of hold at 160. Okay, airspeed's holding at 160 at 61%. Close enough. Okay, getting close. Localizer's coming. So as soon as the localizer hits, I'm going to hit the nav button after I start my turn. There it goes. All right, we're going to start a turn. Okay. I can do this faster than the localizer comes across. Now I'm going to hit the nav button, and it turns the localizer. Now it will finish this turn and have to, okay, a little overshoot. I probably could have waited until I turned on the localizer because it turns not as fast as I do when I'm using the heading bug. Okay, localizer's coming back. That's looking good. And now that we're at 4,000 and on the localizer, I'm going to hit the approach button, and we get a glide slope. So now we're all set, other than pulling the power back a little bit to get below 150. We're on the localizer waiting for the glide slope to start dropping. Now before that glide slope starts dropping, or as it starts dropping, it'll probably be around 10 or 12 miles, something like that. Remember, this heading bug isn't doing anything, so I'm just going to move it out of the way. Actually, I'll leave the heading bug there because if I switch and want to abort the landing and do a go around, I want the heading bug in the general direction of where I'm going. Okay. Now the airspeed is below 150. We are 14 miles out, a little early to put the gear down. The important thing to watch for is this little G up here and this little blue ball that's going to start dropping. And I'm probably going to drop the gear at about 12 miles, maybe 10. The intercept is somewhere between 10 and 12 miles, I think, for this glide slope. There it is. Okay, gear down. Okay, here comes the glide slope. Okay, one click of flaps. Okay, one click of flaps, power in. Gonna hold about 130. You can see the glide slopes coming in, coming down nicely and slowly. So there's about 130. Touch the power up a little bit to hold 130. And just as soon as that glide slope slope gets down to here, it'll get right down to this little line right there. It'll start a descent. That's when I there it goes, descent started. Okay, power back a little bit, not too much, because right away I'm going to put a second click of flaps in. All right, you can see over here I've got one click of flap in. Now I want a second click of flaps in. There they go. Adding power to hold 115 to 115. Between 115 is what I'm searching for, plus or minus 5 will work. So we will find the power setting that does that. Okay, there's a good power setting. You can see the glide slope is coming and staying right on target. 600 foot-meter rated descent. And now the airspeed's coming back up to 115. I like it at 115. We'll keep adjusting the power to keep. Okay, so we'll check the airplane. Gear is down, 2 clicks of flaps. And we'll actually check outside. Oh, there's a runway out there. Very good. We'll be landing soon. Okay, so glide slope is coming right on target. 115 airspeed is just exactly what I want. And we will get a warning at 500. And when is 500 going to be? ILS minimums are 201 at 1155 altitude. Okay, so we got a ways to go here. Always like to peek out and peek back. What I'm doing is, just to get make sure I know what the airport looks like. You can see that there's no VASI lights, so I'll take that into consideration as I come in for the landing. It's not that hard to land without VASI lights. I do it all the time, but I like this airport because of the DME. Right down here, we're 5.4 nautical miles. So 5 mile final. How's that? Looking fine and dandy. As I get below 2,000 feet, I may look out a little more. Okay, looking good. Everything's looking fine in here. Okay, getting prepared to turn off the autopilot. Not yet. I'll wait till the 500 call's made. But I might just hold this. Okay, airspeed is looking good. Here comes 500. There's the 500. Okay. Autopilot is coming off. Okay. And we'll adjust left or right just a little. Okay, keep the airspeed above 110, pulling the power back a little bit. As I cross the threshold, I want to be about 100 knots, certainly more than 90. Okay. All right, power idle, coming in hot. Airspeed's coming down. Gonna touch down. A little aerodynamic braking there. Okay. And a little brakes. I'm just going to let it roll out until it likes to stop. Okay. Oh, I'll go ahead and put the brakes on now. All right, so we are at Donaldson. That was a nice approach. I think that went well. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have fun doing it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.